Okay, hi everyone, Michael here, back doing another video. So this time I'm going back and playing one of the more successful builds I think I've ran in the last week or two, which is like mono 1-drop auras with the outside exception of Daybreak Coronet. This time I've cut one cartouche of Solidarity, and one Griff Spoon, so that I can include 2 path in the main deck and have a more comprehensive sideboard than what I had prior. Just because, you know, things like your ley lines, your Force of Vigors are really important. Keeping our 4 removal spells at least is very important. I still am really liking Mana Tithe. I think it's something most decks aren't expecting. It's hard for them to play around, and the more 1-drop auras I've got, I think the more likely we're going to be using this to protect our spells as well. Let's say it's a Cryptic Command opponent. We play like an Ethereal Llama when our opponent's at 4 mana and they counter tap board. Obviously we can keep our aura and we can keep our tempo from still attacking, so that's pretty fantastic. So my newest inclusion in the deck is something my friend Alex that I had on camera once came up with. It's very macabre. So you can you're never casting this obviously, but you can discard it to exile 2 cards from a graveyard. I was mucking around with Surgical Extraction for a bit. 0 mana, like, remove a Cryptic Command. I really didn't like it. This card gets to remove 2 things from graveyards. I think it would be a bit more applicable and not just dead against things like Dredge. So because I got no Grafdigger's Cage in this, I've got the 3rd Mana Tithe. And hoping if I come across Neoform that the 3 of these are enough to get me there. Alright, so we will jump in. And I played around with spirits and I did absolutely horrible. Lost every game, so the little 5 losses that jumped up on screen there were not from Bogles, they were from spirits. I still don't know what I'm doing with that deck too much. I was just play testing for some fun. Yes, but so I had a comment, I think it was TJ Pooley or Pool or however it's said, from one of my last videos, and it was on the Death Shadow matchup, and he came up with a really good point which I completely missed, which is I can assign more than lethal damage to the Death Shadow so it does not grow and I kill it instantaneously. Yeah, obviously I didn't come up with that, but hey, that's alright. This hand has some problems. Our opponent's mulligan to 6. The problems I have with this hand is, or are, my auras are all green, and I only have 1 mana. And if I don't get to that, a 2nd mana source, I'm attacking with like a 6/2 reach. I don't really like that. I think we can find something better. Alright, so this is marginally better, actually quite significantly better if you ask me. In the blind I could be getting Thoughtseize, so I'm going to get rid of Path to Exile, keep the double Boggle, just so we're not blown out by that line. I think the matchups that run Inquisitional Thoughtseize are more frequent than the matchups where we'll want the removal. Yes, I got slightly burnt playing soccer on the weekend. I got there a little late and didn't have time to apply sunscreen, so perks of living in Australia. Is the sun wants to kill you, kind of like how all the animals and the desert and all of that want to kill you too. Fun times. Alright, opponent is thinking on their 5. Alright. Okay, we're against a control deck, so that's not too bad. Losing path obviously isn't a big deal. Hopefully it's not blue-red. I think blue-white's an easier match. Blue-red just does some wacky stuff. They're more likely, like, blue-red will always have some number of thing in the ice in the sideboard. And depending on what build they're on, they could do the whole through the breach into an Emrakul and just kill you. Alright, so we got blue-white, maybe Jesco. Who knows? Here I'm just going to lead on the Hyena Umbra probably. Think I want the Totem Armor, but the likelihood of them countering that with a Force of Negation when I could have whatever else. Could have like an Ethereal Armor, which they're more interested in countering, although now they've done that. Let's go Sentinel's Eyes. Wait, at least pause to my draw step. I don't know, the problem with Sentinel's Eyes is if I cast it I can't attack and I need to attack. Alright, let's go Hyena Umbra. Fake that we're slow playing a land. So Sentinel's Eyes is really good because we can cast it from our graveyard after they counter it as well. So that would be why you'd want to lead on it. It's just, he's really strongly representing a Mana Leak or a Remand here. Alright, that's resolved. So we get to attack. Just like, the only reason I didn't go for the Sentinel's Eyes line was because if I attack into a Snapcast Mage, I get chumped and I just lose the game on tempo right there and then. Alright, our opponent is only got one blue mana source, which is okay. They might look to Field of Runos this turn. They can't Archmage's Charm, and the only other things they're going to be doing are Remand. Alright, there's a Field of Rune. That's fine. Alright, cool. Alright, let's cast his Sentinel's Eye, see if he spell snares or something. Alright, it resolved. I'm pretty happy dropping the Rancor now. We'll of course get Temple Garden this time. So just attacking like this is a 3-turn clock. Pretty good. Assuming, of course, it resolves, which appears to be what my opponent's in the think tank about. Alright, there's a Force of Negation. He's gotten rid of a Vendilion Clique, which is okay. If he's playing that, I expect him to also have like maybe like a 2-2 split between that and Brazen Borrower. Alright, and he's missed a land drop, so that's quite impressive. Alright, let's just cast this Daybreak Coronet. That's alright. So that stops him from like Snapcaster opting as well. Alright. So we'll just kill this. Okay, he's upped the Teferi. Interesting. Hey, look at Daybreak Coronet. Alright, we're just going face here. There is an argument to kill the Teferi while you can. But if we just go face here, that'll put him to 3 life, and then he'll need to minus Teferi plus have other interaction to stop us from killing him. Like now he's 1 attack from dead. Hopefully we draw something like a Rancor or a Griffspoon and get to fly through. Or trample over. But, I mean, he's only got 3 cards in hand. He hasn't been cycling a bunch of draw spells. He's played 1 opt this game. So yeah, I don't feel horrible. I feel pretty good about this game. Alright, he's finally got Cryptic Mana. Alright, so we'll just attack him here, go for the kill. It's probably getting tapped down, and then he draws a card. Alright, his next line, I guess, is Snapcaster Tiger Ops. Yeah. He could target Spell Snare here after just bouncing my Daybreak. Wow, that's so greedy, man. Holy. Alright, so now we drop the Cartouche and a Boggle post-combat, and we have Lethal on the side swing. So we drop the Cartouche on the new Boggle. This way, no matter how he blocks, he's in for a rough time. And like, he's incentivized to not even crack this fetch land of his at the moment because he's so low. Alright, he's doing it anyway. I don't know what sort of 2-mana draw spell he's got. He's just getting a fetch. Okay. He literally needs to chain Cryptics into Snap Cryptics to get out of it. Okay. We got there. Alright. So this is the matchup that I said I was bringing in Fairy Makai before, just because of Mystic Sanctuary. Other cards I like are Mana Tithe, probably not too many, maybe all 3, I don't know, it depends on what I want to take out. Cartouche, Griffspoon, and Mana Tithe. This seems fine to me. So post board against blue-white control, you've got to be aware of your Blessed Alliances, you Settled the Wreckage. They'll also play Timely Reinforcement, but you can't do too much about that. Occasionally they'll have Elspeth, or that white, two white mana enchantment, which names a creature and they can't be dealt damage by that creature. That's less likely than even Elspeth, but it does come up. When they do, sorry that I can't remember the name. When they do play that though, you can still attack their planeswalkers and deal damage to their planeswalkers. You just can't deal damage to them. Yeah, so that's sort of notable. Yes, actually on the draw, maybe I'm just gonna remove a Cartouche for the Mana Tithe. Actually, Cartouche is probably more important than Griffspoon, because we saw Vendilion Clique, and we're probably going to see Brazen Borrower. So having First Strike is going to be more important than having Flying. Just because if we have Griffspoon plus Sentinel's Eyes or plus Rancor, they can still block and trade with our creature. Where if we have Cartouche plus Sentinels or Rancor, we can attack, go for gold, and not be fearful of anything. Alright, obviously we cannot keep this. It's got all the things though. I like the things. Alright, yep, we can keep this. We're bottoming a Scout. This is pretty close. I'm expecting to draw at least one aura. Okay, there's one aura. Yeah. Alright, so I guess he's going to end a turn opt here. So Kore's best mode in this matchup is once we get to 3 mana, we'll play her and we'll look to draw a card off of her aura. And unless they're tapped out, I'm not going to put anything on her, and even then I'm probably only going to put a Rancor on her. Alright, so we drop our land. We'll play a Hyena Umbra. Even if they go to counter this, I think that's okay. I think we want to keep this for a bigger card like Cryptic. Alright, so we'll let that resolve. That's fine. Alright, again, they've got Field of Ruin, it's even on board. So we'll fetch out our Temple Garden, take a bit of damage to not get shut off white mana later. Double Field of Ruin, yikes. Alright, so now we can cast Daybreak with Mana Tithe back up. It probably won't do anything though, because if they have Mana Leak, okay, it just resolves. So their line here is probably end of turn blow up one of our lands, and then look to Cryptic Command us the next turn. That's what I'm getting a read on. So, if we counter this Cryptic, that... Wow, really? You didn't get blue? How are you gonna cast Cryptic? That makes me think... Settle the Wreckage, but again, Mana Tithe sort of does the same thing there. Interesting. Although it also looks like he might have blanked on a land draw because he's tanking here. I think even if he hit his land drop, we're in a pretty good place just from how this deals with their 4 mana Haymaker. It's a card, I don't know, a lot of people don't expect it because it's like the general consensus with it is you'll get away with it once. But the thing is, you get away with it more than once. You really do. And it just slows your opponent's tempo down like a lot, them having to then respect it. Alright, so here, if we get... They've just shocked, they're at 10. They're on a 2-turn clock. If we get Dryad Arbor, it doesn't really speed anything up. I think we'll just go Temple Garden. Alright, that's a pretty bad draw. Alright, let's go for our attacks here. Alright, he's letting us attack. Alright, let's cast this Core Spirit Dancer. It's only bad if they Supreme Verdict next turn. Maybe I should have held Dancer. Because if they Supreme Verdict, Hyena Umbra will fall off the Glade Cover Scout, and then we're in a bit of trouble. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's going to happen. We don't have white mana this turn. I should have floated. They might be doing something end step here. Alright, path is path. No. Path happens. Okay. New Elsbeth, gotcha. That would have been a good one to counter. You gain 5 life, alright. Mystic Sanctuary, putting Opt on top? Okay. That's fine. So still got them on a 2-turn clock, so we'll just attack here. Now that we haven't cast this Mana Tithe sort of on curve, it's very unlikely we'll actually get to cast it. Very unlikely. So now he might just be cashing it in for the tokens, is my guess. Yeah. And then for 6 mana, if he exiles 4 things. So if he's got 1 more mana, he's not going for that this turn. He's put his card on top, drawn it. If he doesn't go land past, then we're still okay. Like, we can get a cryptic here. Alright, I think we just cast this. Alright, we'll go for our attacks. Is just gonna chump. Then he's gonna end of turn probably try to draw thing or snap opt or do something funky. Archmage's Charm. Alright, let's just counter this. That's a big tell that he's got Supreme Verdict, and playing the Ethereal Armor is really good here. Damn, he's got us. Alright, that's frustrating, because now he's just going to Verdict our creature away. Alright. So now we're looking for Core Spirit Dancer or another creature or a fetch land. Damn, we almost played that to a T. It's a bit unlucky. Alright, here's a Slippery Boggle. And unfortunately we don't have a Sentinel's Eyes to escape here. That's alright. We definitely want to play the Umbra here, because if he snap verdicts, we want to turn that off. Alright, so we'll let that spell resolve, and then we'll pay 3. I think that's a tilt play, just casting that there. Maybe he thinks we'll misclick. Alright, we're back online. Pretty timely boggled just now. Pretty timely. I think if I didn't play that Core Spirit Dancer before, I would have been in a better spot than what I was, but I got kind of lucky. I should have been patient and held Core. Felt a little bit invincible with the Mana Tithe, maybe. What did he exile? Snapcast Mage. Dang. Is he just tapping mana and doing nothing? I think we've tilted our opponent a lot here. No, he's just misclicked. Gotcha. So the only aura that will end the game here, not even. Damn, he's got that escape thing. That's rude. I was going to say the only aura that will end the game is Daybreak Coronet, but now that's not true. Alright, Cartouche is something. It's pretty good. This is getting him like... gain him 5 life and giving him 4 blockers. Next activation will gain him another 5 life, I assume. So 10 life, 4 blockers. Pretty good value. Alright, he's cashing in the creatures. Seems reasonable, I suppose. Alright, and he's getting his beats on now. Alright, obviously we take that. Alright, pretty happy putting this on the warrior token. Pretty bad against path, but, you know, whatever. It's a more aggressive clock to get us the victory. Now he can't just chump block that warrior out. Alright, there's the path. I mean, if he drew like another mystical dispute or something, whatever, I don't know. I feel like that's the right line and we just got punished. Man, like a Rancor would have been great then. Instead of this stupid bloody... Wait, is it a minus to give him +2/+2? And then he can escape again? Oh man, this guard is like busted. Oh damn, because this turn he can make another 2 tokens and gain another 2 life. Dude, give me my Fairy Makai, bro. I want to get this thing out of the yard. I thought the top ability was a +1, but it's also a -1. Interesting. Alright. I don't really see much point in playing Scout. Its best mode is going to be trade with a token, and I don't like that. It's either trading, attacking, or defending. There's no way around it. So I think it's better suited in our hand, in case he gets another verdict, or like double verdict. Yeah, it's not even blocking these 3/2s, like it can't. Colonnade as well. Alright, our opponent's getting some serious damage in here. Vigilance would be excellent if we can run into that in any source. Alright. Alright, I guess we just attack here, because he's always going to chump it. And now I'm incentivized to play the other Scout and have it as a chump blocker for one of these tokens. That way he's only going to be able to attack with the Colonnade. Line's weak to like Snapcaster Verdict or just a straight Verdict, but that's alright. Alright, Opt. We're looking for a bottom. He's put it on top. That's unfortunate. It's probably a Snappy. Timely Reinforcement. Well, that's also very good. Man, like our Rancors are really deserting us here. I definitely should have kept the Griff Spoons in, now knowing that this card is something that they're doing. Because we would have flown over the top and killed them long ago if either of these cartouche were a Griff Spoon. Well, I guess the second one, you know, we only just draw it, but still. I think the point is still valid. Man, it's a fairy as well, like, holy crap. This guy is like super friend walkers. And now he's got cards to recast this again. Like, a good thing here is our opponent's, like, seriously running down their clock. Alright, let's play this on the one we're going to be attacking with. I don't think against all these tokens we can attack with both. They'll just chump one out. But yeah, our opponent's running down their clock, and we've still got a game 3 to go. And, like, they actually need a way to close this game out, or they're just going to clock themselves by the time we get partway through game 3. Spider Umbra would also be nice. Man, he's really trying to calculate how many he wants to leave back blocking. I think he's playing around Rancor. Which is, you know, smart. I respect that. Yikes. Alright. So we still want to continue attacking. I think we still want to continue attacking with this one. I think I want to hold this Hyena Umbra. If I draw a core Spirit Dancer, or if he plays a Supreme Verdict this turn, having it second Umbra effect will be useful. Alright, what's the Mystic Sanctuary? Supreme Verdict, alright. Cool bananas, so we played the right line. Unless the other line was double up on the Slippery Boggle, double Umbra. That's alright. We can play it during our turn. It's completely safe. So now he's going to look to Verdict, like Snap Verdict probably at some point. Alright, so here's our core. We'll cast her. Hopefully she doesn't get Cryptic. And now we're just making this Boggle as big as possible. Trying to draw that Rancor and attack for the win this turn. So their only card in hand is Verdict. Man, we're getting so unlucky here. This is ridiculous. I think we're guaranteed to take 4. If they Elsbeth plus, I think we're actually better off holding up to block here. Like, they're going to Verdict this turn, most likely. They're going to Colonnade, activate Colonnade, attack with everything, play Verdict, and then we've just got to fog as much damage as we can. Or else we're dead to one more. Although they can't really do that, because then they're in a lot of trouble. I guess they're just replaying Elsbeth if they're not. Alright. So if they attack with all their tokens, 2 die, and we can just attack for lethal. So they're not doing that, obviously. Alright, so we're really looking for Rancor specifically. Alright, now he's got instant speed. That's pretty good too. Hopefully he does not cash in that Supreme Verdict just yet. Okay, cool. So now we're going to have some life to continue this game with, and there's no good time for him to Verdict anymore. Good time for him to Verdict was, I guess, in response, but yeah. Okay, so we attack for 13, they have to chump. Alright, so we'll play this Umbra on a core Spirit Dancer first to give it pro Verdict. Because if they Verdict now in response, they lose all their tokens, so they can't do that. They're Verdicting in response? That's so loose. Now they just lose. What? Okay. Cool. We got there. Good job, team. Good job. Alright, that was a rough match. That was a very rough match. We drew blank for like a really long time, but then we drew pretty strong at the end. Yeah, that was great. I haven't had like a lot of fun versing Control in a while, but that was actually reasonably interactive, and it's fun seeing some like new cards that they're doing. So yeah, just keep in mind that they can be sideboarding in Elsbeth, and obviously leave some evasiveness spells in over those cartouche, because the cartouche were like very average. And yeah, that wasn't great, but yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the next one.